Today I'm going to talk about a topic that's quite a relevant one for a lot of people, and that is the issue of moving yourself from a position of an outsider from the hiring manager's point of view to one of becoming an insider, or at least beginning to get yourself down that pathway to insider status. Now, why this is a big deal, of course, is that employers, despite what they might want to sometimes say publicly, are very, very, very formulaic in terms of the kind of backgrounds they usually hire from. They have a very clear sense of which sorts of background, which types of people, which skill sets, which personality characteristics, etc., go towards making a safe, logical, likely to succeed hire. So, if you as a candidate find yourself something on the outer, and that could be that you're moving from one country to another, it could be that you're changing from one city to another. It could be that you're moving from one type of market sector to another. It could even be that you're moving within a market. So to use an example from my own industry, of the media industry, it could be that someone is currently working in the TV sales world, and they're looking to move into the out-of-home sales world, or the digital world, or radio, or in any direction you care to think of. Now, these are all jobs that are very similar in many ways. However, that sense of not having worked in this marketplace before is a big deal to employers. Sometimes they'll be very overt about that, other times they'll be more subtle and more hidden, but it's in there. So what did you do? What can you do as a candidate if you are in that scenario? Well, you could just sit there and go, well, okay, I'll just keep interviewing and hopefully someone will take a chance on me. Unfortunately, that was a mistake because companies don't like to take chances, again, despite what they might want to say. Because chances taken often go wrong, and even when they don't go wrong, they can often take quite a lot of time and energy and effort to be ultimately successful. These are all things that tend to be off-putting to employers when they have choices about the candidates they go for. So if you're the candidate, what can you do? Well, I think the trick is to not try and pretend that you're something you're not. That's obvious anyway from a resume and the initial conversations. But the trick is to utilize the resources that exist to you. Use the industry Bibles that exist. Get onto websites. Talk to people that you can establish contacts with who may be prepared to share information with you. Anything that you can do to change an interview situation that feels very, I ask a question, you don't know the answer because you're not in my sector, and that helps, or that rather prevents us generating rapport. The more discursive it can be, because you do have a reasonable feel for what you're talking about, the greater chance you have of building rapport and trust and getting a company to take what is a little bit of a chance on you. So give it some thought about what you can do in advance of the interview. I hope that's helpful.